Okay, so last week we had the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer. This week we end up having the extended cut. The extended scene that essentially ended up being everyone trying to pick up the hammer of Thor as he just casually puts it on like a coffee table. Iron Man can't do it. Iron Man wielding the gauntlet, wielding an Iron Man glove can't do it. With War Machine's help, he can't do it. Captain America gets it to budge. The second you see it budge, Thor's like, you can't move it. You can't move it. It's a split second. Here. And I was like, alright, that's pretty good. Which then leads to the initial pairing of like first stage Ultron, where he does we're all just puppets, tangled in strings. So essentially it's the scene right before that scene. So you now have like an actual 40 seconds of the actual movie in its entirety. Beyond that, it's the regular trailer. Nice show, that moment of brevity. And then it was recently leaked the teaser trailer for Avengers 3 Part 1, Part 2, which of course is called Infinity War, even though it's based on the Infinity Gauntlet story. Because Infinity War would have to, of course, have doppelgangers. So you need Adam Warlock as well as Magus, Magus being the evil version of Adam Warlock, to kind of go through and create evil duplicates of everyone else. Okay. The majority of that teaser trailer is previously established footage. I will now get into some potential spoilers. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, I mean these are like light spoilers. Things that people have already come to the conclusion of. But I'm going to give count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, goose egg. Okay. So apparently Loki's staff, which people have commonly thought was going to be one of the Infinity Gems, is one. Because they do show that while they're showing the different things that are the Infinity Gems. Probably mind. It also ends with about a 7-second shot of a gauntlet. And this thing looks huge. Like, the gauntlet I have is like man size. And they show it with a decent amount of gems. It looks like a giant gold one here, but it looks like it's not entirely complete from this angle. But it is being wielded by Thanos. So it's Thanos wielding what looks to be a fairly complete gauntlet. And I'm like, wow, so that's 7 seconds of entirely new footage. There's also a scene that looks like Iron Man is flying something off into space. So you have the Iron Man in space moment, and then you have, Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. And I was like, wow. 2018, 2019. And I was like, so they already have bits and pieces that they can use for movies that are 4 to 5 years out. That's pretty impressive. Very impressive. Because we know virtually nothing about Superman versus Batman. We know it's going to have 50 characters in it. We know who's going to be playing what. We've seen almost nothing in the way of costume designs. We've seen almost nothing in the way of plot points. For Captain America 3, it's getting a massive ramp up. And all they did was say Civil War, Black Panther, and Iron Man. And that's going to be built off what's going to happen during next year's Age of Ultron. And it's like, man, consistently laying down movies to keep a nice flow, to keep everything inside the minds of people while going forward. And DC is kind of like Man of Steel. So your follow-up is going to be Superman vs. Batman. Okay? Some of their projects don't look super exciting. I mean, Suicide Squad has the look. That's going to depend on who they cast and what ends up being the crew. If they pick a crew that makes sense and works well and looks good, awesome. awesome. That'll be their Earthbound version of Guardians of the Galaxies. Still surprised they have not. They've mentioned Justice League Dark, but I was thinking you go Justice League Dark, you go Shadow Pact. You go, well, what's the thing that we're going to be missing for the next couple of years? You're going to be very, very light when it comes to the magical side of things. You know, Harry Potter, already out of people's minds. You know, the Lord of the Rings Hobbit, lots of that is outside of people's minds already. Marvel has already done Earthbound heroes and has been very successful in doing a unique space group. You know, if DC doesn't start trying to do something with the magic users, Captain and Doctor Strange is going to happen, which may be Benedict Cumberbatch, which is going to be awesome, which means he'll touch Star Trek, Lord of the Rings universe, so Hobbit, and Marvel. I mean, that's going to put him up there, right? With like, you know, Sir Ian McKellen, where it's like, what'd you have? The X-Men universe, and was freaking Gandalf. You know, he will have hit 3 major portions of nerddom. That's impressive.